Welcome into Texans Today. I am Will Scott talking about the latest news and rumors involving your Houston Texans. And if you're all about H-Town and the Texans, then subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get you guys more videos. And in order to do that, we need more subscribers. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. Let's get there by the end of the week. Go down, hit that subscribe button below, youtube.com/TexansTV. We're about a month away from the NFL Draft, and the Texans hold 2 of the top 12 picks. They are expected to use that second overall pick on a quarterback, and it has been known that the Texans are meeting with both Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud ahead of next month's NFL Draft, and they could have one of those guys, more than likely, are going to have one of those guys starting under center for Houston last season. You can't go wrong with either one of these star quarterbacks. Bryce Young, over 3,200 passing yards last season at Bama, won the Heisman the year prior. C.J. Stroud, over 3,600 yards, over 40 touchdowns. Really talented quarterbacks here between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. DeMeco Ryans was asked about Bryce Young specifically at the league meetings. Here's what he said. "I know there's a lot of talk about his size, but the guy's done it at the highest level of college football, and size doesn't seem to be a problem. I don't see it as an issue because I watch the tape. You put on the tape, and you see how smart he is, the anticipation, the accuracy, how this guy's calm in critical moments. When you see those things, size isn't one of the factors you look at and say, oh, man, it's a problem. You just look at the track record and see what he's done in the SEC and how successful he was." And I agree with DeMeco. People are overreacting about the size here. Drew Brees, going to be a Hall of Famer. Size was not an issue for him, and it was not an issue for Bryce Young at Alabama, where he won a Heisman Trophy and won a lot of football games. Tom Pelissero tweeted this, saying, "Not only are the Texans bringing in quarterbacks Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud for visits, they've already brought in Kentucky's Will Levis for a visit and plan to bring in Florida's Anthony Richardson too. A thorough evaluation as they ponder the number 2 pick." So here are the confirmed meetings. Aaron Wilson's reporting that they're going to meet with Hendon Hooker as well. So they're going to meet with Young, Stroud, Levis, Richardson, and Hooker. They're probably deciding between those 4 guys for the number 2 overall pick. Probably meeting with Hendon as well in case they trade back or in case they don't take a quarterback around 1. But I fully expect the Texans to take a quarterback at number 2 overall. And they're probably going to take whoever's not picked at number 1 between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. Maybe the best case scenario for Houston is the Panthers take Levis or Richardson at 1, and then you get to pick between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud for the number 2 pick. But I do believe it's going to be either Young or Stroud in Houston next season. Who should Houston take number 2 overall? Let me know down in the comment section. Who should the Texans take at number 2 overall? There's been some rumors that maybe the Texans will trade that number 2 pick and maybe number 12 as well to Baltimore for Lamar Jackson, who made his trade request public earlier this week. But Aaron Wilson says this, and he's very much plugged in with Houston. Texans are indeed not expected to pursue Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, per source, as focus is on NFL Draft quarterback prospects, including visits with Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, and Hendon Hooker. And this is the right call. Lamar Jackson, that trade idea was very intriguing, right? But if you're the Texans right now, giving away 2 top 12 picks is just not the answer. You're rebuilding, right? You're adding talent. You're going to add a lot of young talent in this draft. Take whoever's not taken number 1 between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. I think the Texans fans should be happy with either one of those guys, and then add a receiver at 12, and then those 2 guys are going to play a big part in your future. But I do not think the Texans should be trading number 2 and number 12 for Lamar Jackson, although it was an intriguing idea. We're always going to have you covered with Texans news and rumors. That's the sublink right there. Go and subscribe, youtube.com/TexansTV.